as a revolutionary Marxist yourself, or socialist, as you like to say it, one question that people ask all the time is, if Balarabe Musa did not make it more than Kaduna governor, or Ganifa Weme did not make it as president, how is it that you people think you can? And we are going to reserve that to you to speak to here today. Because just as we are sitting in front of you, millions of Nigerians are watching you across the world. They are watching us. And we want to hear from you. Why is it that Nigeria unable to attain its potential in your lifetime? I mean, for the period that you've known it, that you have been around since the 50s. Why? What happened? What went wrong? Why was it that good people like you, Aminu Kano, and others were not able to make it happen? To make this country become a different place? Why?
Well, because of the wrong socio-political system controlling all developments in the country. In every country in the world, since the beginning of governance, there has always been, in every country that has existed, socio-economic and political system controlling all developments in the country. Once the system is wrong, then you have a situation like this we have in Nigeria, with abundance in everything in abundance, but with the level of poverty so much, with the level of inconsistency so much, with the level of disunity so much and everywhere. As long as you have the wrong type of social, political, and economic system controlling all developments in the country, you will have the situation we have in Nigeria. And you may even end up with even worse. Worse because the system itself creates a political leadership appropriate to it. So you have a combination of two things: backward and irrelevant system producing backward and irrelevant leadership, and that's what we have. For instance, take what is the quality of Nigerian leadership? The quality of Nigerian leadership is thieves. How can you become, since the end of the Second Republic, how has it been possible in Nigeria to have a political leadership which is not made up of thieves? Of course there is exception. We know those of us who believe in God either as Christians or as Muslims know that there is always an exception to the rule. Yes, I'm not saying that 100% of the leadership of Nigeria is made up of thieves. No, there are exceptions. For instance, there may be up to, I doubt it is up to, but there may be up to 1% who are clean people. But when you look at it, these clean people are made up of people who have not been able to steal, because stealing is not, even stealing is not available to everybody. They are not thieves because they have not been able to steal. Or they are not thieves because somehow they constitute that exception. That's all. But these people who have no access to stealing and who are not thieves by nature do not constitute more than 1% of the Nigerian population. The 99% are made up of thieves, and the fact is clear. You don't have to go somewhere. As long as you are sufficiently aware, you will see it. For example, how can you win and become the president of Nigeria on the basis of the Nigerian laws and the Nigerian culture? How can you be president of Nigeria without being a thief first? Because it is the thief, it is through stealing that you can make it. The politics in Nigeria, as well as election, And that is how you become a president, based on the politics, that is your political party, and based on election. Now, both political parties and election are based on money power. And this money power is acquired through corruption. So this is what you have. We have a socio-economic and political system controlling all developments in the country, and a political leadership produced by that system, both of which are made up of people who regard self-interest first, public interest second, or even incidental. Yes, as opposed to public interest first, a latent self-interest second. Now, how can you have order? How can you have development in a situation like this? You will have only a system based on the survival of the fittest. And that's what we have. I gave you the example of the president. Nobody can be a president of Nigeria unless he is a thief or supported by thieves. I mean, the fact is clear. Otherwise, who can spend billions? And you know, the reasonable estimate of the cost of campaigning for presidency in Nigeria is billions.
Yes.
Who can acquire these billions? Without, now, if you don't have, well, we hope later you will have people with their free money and money who can contest the presidency and get it. Before the Second Republic, it was possible. Yes, Shagari became the president of Nigeria without having been a thief. But it has been no longer possible after the Second Republic, because money power plays a leading role in politics and election. I gave you the example of when you were, before you can become the president of Nigeria. The most disappointing thing about the standard of Nigeria, standard of public interest in Nigeria, public conduct in Nigeria is so low that this is expected from the downtrodden. And we want to build the democracy on the basis of how is it possible? That is not possible. And we are talking about local government council alone. We are not going to the other election. And the ridiculous thing is, for national election, even for the president, you don't have to pay anything to the electoral body. You can pay anything to your party, but nothing to the electoral body. Now, how can you have a situation like this? We now have 68 political parties and not one. Of course, you may say 68 is too much. It may be. But people now have the right to decide the fate of a political party and the fate of an election candidate. Of course, to what effect is another matter. But that is what we have in
on ground.
But the political parties now, unlike in 2002, are so irrelevant that the whole thing is being abused. There is liberal form of formation and registration of political parties, but nothing. Quantity without quality. Exactly. Whenever a political party cannot change Nigeria alone, we advise the political party to form coalition of relevant political parties on the basis of a minimum program for Nigeria, covering national unity, democracy, and social development.
Everybody we learnt about in our history book in primary school and secondary school, we had to fight them in the university, except you. We had to protest against them every day, except yourself, and we are glad that you are a shining example. This is it, people. This is knowledge from somebody who has got wisdom. And we hope you will continue to speak truth to power, and you will be preserved for us. Next year, I would like to invite you to my inauguration as #1 person to May 29, 2009. And we are going to take your offer.
Have you made a decision not to contest on the platform of the PRP?
No, I have not. That's what I'm saying.
Then how do you talk of me, you inviting
whether
me?
Whether I join, you have invited me to PRP, so already I'm a honorary member of PRP until I sign the form.
Yeah.
I've always been with you in PRP.
When you are declaring, I will lead the declaration.
Fantastic. So, we have taken up your offer, and we will be back with our team that have conversations around, and seriously, political coalitions. Yeah. What we need you to know is that we're bringing in a lot of people in the coalition, and you have made it clear, and I agree with you, that there must be irreducible minimum conditions for any coalition. For me too, I agree with you that we cannot compromise and sacrifice the unity of Nigeria on the altar of some self-man-made problems that were created by the same people. And that's what I say to people all the time. There's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria's unity. But at the same time, a lot of people who are in Nigeria today have mentally seceded from Nigeria because there's no justice. For them, it's not only the ethnic people alone. A lot of people, because the state is supposed to protect them. Exactly. There's no protection for them. And as a result, they have left this country. Every house now is like a local government. You have to provide your security, water. You have to provide everything for your own hospital. And when that happens, when there's no cohesion, you can't talk about unity. But if you bring justice back into the system, Nigerians don't really care about the fault lines that we're talking about. So please, I want to just offer you our paraphernalia for our party, and we hope that you will be at our declaration. We will make sure. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And these are the posters for This one can be unfolded. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's it. Yeah. Yes. And there's a bag. Yes.